Southbound, go!
All right. Thanks very much. Thank you. All right, folks, welcome to Mount Vernon, Washington. The location of this week's episode, this geocaching episode here on YouTube. So, without further ado, let's go on a geocaching adventure. So we took the Amtrak Cascades train from Vancouver, BC, down to here, down to Mount Vernon, and we are now currently walking through the downtown core of Mount Vernon. And we're gonna start doing a multicache. Today is one of those days that I need to find a multicache so that I can fill in my multicache calendar grid for today. So that is priority number one. This multicache showcases some of the murals in Mount Vernon. And the way that you would find the final coordinates for this multi is by looking at the murals and deciphering what things you have to look for. So maybe there's, for example, back there, you know, there was a rose, maybe count how many petals are on the rose, and then that would count as a number for the final coordinates. And here we are at another location. This one, I actually did a bit of pre-research on this this multi, so I actually used Google Street View to kind of take a look and see if I would be able to answer some of the questions beforehand. Some of these are quite difficult to zoom in on Google Street View, so you know, you just have to physically show up at the location to be able to answer the question, of course. So here we are physically at the location now, and we got to find out the answer to the next part of these final coordinates. I'm not going to disclose the location too much, aside from the fact that there's a brick wall behind me, but we found the multicache final. Nothing better than an urban ammo can. Now, I was just reading the logs, and something was very apparent that people were quite fearful of it. It was very fear-inducing. And we're going to see if we can open this up. It's empty. What? It's an empty ammo can. What? Huh? I'm a little confused here, so I'm just gonna drop in one of my cards here, and I'm gonna put it in the cache. Someone may have taken the logbook. Very strange. I'm gonna put this in as proof that I was here, and I may have to ask about this one, whether or not that was actually it or not, but there is no logbook in there, so very strange. Got some intel. Big shout out to Badunga for letting me in on a bit of a tip here. So I found what I believe is the hint item, which should be in here somewhere. I don't really know. Oh, what is that? It's a rock. Okay, so I found the geocache, and it is indeed this. Gross. It's a fake piece of gum. It is not real gum. And understandably, in my defense, when I went over here and I saw this green ammo can, wouldn't you think that was a geocache? Found many of those before. but the thing was completely empty. So anyway, found it, gonna sign the log. This fills in a multi-cache calendar grid day. Super stoked. Here we are along the shores of the Skagit River as it makes its way to the Pacific Ocean. Fun fact about the Skagit River, it actually originates in Canada, not far from Hope, British Columbia. And there's a bridge, there's some seagulls. Okay everybody, we are at a pretty unique geocache site right now. I'm gonna just give you a blanket spoiler alert for this one because it's pretty clever and I want to show it to you, but if you want to do this cache yourself, maybe skip ahead a minute or so ahead of the video. So here we are at the Mount Vernon events sign. Actually, there's nothing on the sign right now, but on this sign contains a hint for another important location, i.e. the geocache, across the parking lot down there. So we had to find out the code for this lockbox that's over there, which happens to be the geocache. And I have just cited the lock combination, not going to give it away. We're going to walk over here and see if we can open the geocache. I had to do a little bit of sleuthing. I actually went on to the Mount Vernon bylaws page just to see if I was able to find that lock combination. But turns out you just have to walk over there and get the answer. So here we are here. It's looking very official, right? You know, enclosed switch interrupter. Hey, this is French. And we're in the United States. So I have the lock combination here and I'm going to unlock it. All right, moment of truth. Aha. So this is a very, very creative geocache. We're gonna open this up. Oh, look at that. So this geocache has over 200 favorite points. I think about 221. Well, guess what? It's going to be 222 once I get home today, because this is definitely worth coming out for. Creative geocache. Shout out to the cache owner for creating this excellent hide in plain sight in the Mount Vernon parking lot. Great little spot. Crossing the Skagit River, making our way to the west side of the river where there are two other geocaches and just some really nice views, I'm sure. I've never been to this part of Washington State, I guess. I've been past it on the train on my ways to Everett and Seattle and way back when Portland. So it's nice to make a stop here and see what Mount Vernon's all about. This geocache is missing a logbook. Nothing, just some coins. Wow, okay, so as a Canadian, this kind of blows my mind. So we discontinued the penny quite some time ago in Canada, but the United States still uses pennies, and I really don't see pennies anymore. The lowest denomination of currency we have is 5 cents, and there you have it. We got Abe Lincoln on the penny there. Well, I guess what we're gonna have to do with this is add a YouTube channel business card. Aha! going to be added into the geocache in lieu of a logbook. There's still a bit of space for other geocachers to write on it. Gonna place it in the container, which likely once contained some kind of medication. All right, adding it back to where it rightfully belongs. And the crotch of this tree right here. All right, couldn't find it. This is something that I've never seen before. The Edgewater Park Cats Project. In these bushes here, they're kind of hiding right now, but there are a bunch of cats in here. So cats living in Edgewater Park are fed and cared for by citizen volunteers who cooperate with the City of Mount Vernon Animal Services. These cats are part of a trap, neuter, return program in which they are neutered and vaccinated. So let's see if we can find one. I don't know. Oh, here's one. Hey. Oh, hey, buddy. They're just staring at me. Yo, buddy. One of the reasons I'm visiting Mount Vernon is that I noticed on the geocaching map around just the north of Mount Vernon proper is a decent array of challenge caches. Now, may have gone over this before in a previous episode. What exactly is a challenge cache? Well, a challenge cache is classified as a mystery cache located primarily at the posted coordinates. Sometimes that's not necessarily the case. Sometimes you have to find invisible text or do some kind of other puzzle solving method to find the final coordinates, but nonetheless, most important thing with the challenge cache is being able to qualify for it. There is an endless supply of challenge cache categories. So one, for example, that I'm working on myself is to fill in my multicache calendar grid, meaning every single day of the year I have to fill it in. Doesn't matter what year it is that I fill it in. It just matters that I fill in that spot. Say it's like the 25th of January, to the point of filming. I had to find a multicache today to fill in that spot. So that's one example of a challenge cache. Another example is you have to find 5 different icons in a certain country, or 5 different icons in 5 countries. There are some challenge caches that I do not qualify for, mainly the ones that you have to find a lot of geocaches in Washington State. Unfortunately, I don't do much geocaching in Washington State. And I should be geocaching a lot more in this state because there are a lot of great geocaches out here. But that's what we're doing, that's what we're walking to eventually. A very nice array, a very nice assortment of challenge caches. All right, first of the challenge caches today out here, just up there is the Skagit River. And I think I see a potential guarding geocache location. I'm gonna guess it's at the guardrail. Woohoo! 5 meters. Right outside your local Walmart. Beautiful location, you know. This is what I'm here for, is the scenic parking lots. I joke, I'm being sarcastic. So let's see here. I'm gonna pull out the old phone here and we're going to take a look. Guarded magnet. Let's see, maybe, oh, no. I think we have spotted it. All right. So challenge caches are very simple, typically very simple caches to find, because the challenge of it all is actually making sure that you qualify for the challenge. Thank goodness I do qualify for the challenge, and it has to do with Earth Scientist. It's the Earth Scientist Challenge. So I'm going to sign this and move on to the next one. You know, when I was planning out this episode, I was gonna really try to avoid filming parking lots. So here's another parking lot. But you know what's really nice with the parking lot is not just a small micro cache, you know, it's just the fact that you can find a plastic ammo can. Super classic, super fun. There you have it. Gotta be stealthy. But this cache, because it is a regular sized geocache, maybe on the large size of regular, but it is a regular sized cache. This is a challenge cache called a Season of Regulars. So I qualify for it, thankfully, and I'm gonna sign my name in this logbook. Let's open it up. See what's in there. Ooh. Bouncy balls and logbook, of course, and a pin. So there you go. Pretty decently stocked stash there. You might have noticed by now the light has kind of faded a bit. That was because I wanted to spare you folks the incredible, arduous task it was to look for geocaches in busy parking lots and not look sketchy. Most of them were under lamppost skirts, and I have to say, lifting a lamppost skirt in a public parking lot with people all around you, looking at you, and wondering what the heck is that container underneath that lamppost skirt? Is it a bomb? No, it's not. It's not a bomb. But many situations like that, the bomb squad has been called. There are stories. There are plenty of stories. Anyway, I have opinions, as you can tell. Right now, I just wanted to take a moment to show you the beautiful Skagit River. The slow moving Skagit River as it makes its way to Puget Sound. And look at that, it's a concrete block. So there is a geocache here, but I just wanted to show you the location rather than, oh, look at this container I found. This is a, you know, I will show you the container, but point of this channel is to show you cool places, and you know, using geocaching as a tool to get me to show you those places. But at the end of the day, I want to be able to show all of you folks the beauty of the planet, and the best that I can do with that is through the help of geocaching. And there are some secret areas that around British Columbia and probably Washington State I'd love to show you folks that don't have geocaches. And you know what? I'm going to showcase those places because those places need to be showcased, in my opinion. So this is a adventure vlogging channel with a focus on geocaching, and that is kind of the model in which I am trying to emulate with this channel. You are going to see me finding geocaches. You are going to see me showing you folks plastic in the woods. But more importantly, I want to show you some of these cool places over here. All right, I just want to turn your attention from this view to this beautiful concrete wall. And you know what's in here, folks? You know what is in here? A geocache. And unfortunately, I am going to have to find a way to get this thing out. Have you ever seen gorillas get bugs out of a log, or chimpanzees. They get like bugs out of, you know, sticks with, you know. Anyway, you know what I mean. I'm gonna have to be a gorilla. I'm gonna have to use a stick, and I'm gonna have to try to find a way to fish this thing out very carefully without pushing it too far in. Try not to push it too far in. I might have to find something a bit more robust. Something metal. Something a little bit more, with a bit more oomph, a bit more power and strength and versatility. Well, this is a stronger stick. Oh, okay, I gotta be careful now. I gotta be real careful here. It's right on the edge. And I just have to, oh, yes! And it did not fall to its death. Yes, okay. Also, there's a train going by on the train bridge. Well, folks, that concludes another episode of Keith 74's geocaching adventures here on YouTube. I want to thank you all so much from the bottom of my heart for coming along on this adventure with me, virtually, living vicariously through my adventures. I want to thank you all so much for taking the time out of your day to see some of my videos. Folks, if you like what you saw, hit that subscribe button, because there are more episodes to come every Saturday at 5 a.m. We went to Washington State today, and I don't often come down here. I will say there are some excellent geocaches here in Washington State, and I need to come down here more often. And I love taking the Amtrak, despite how many times I get made fun of for train delays, because I seem to have a curse over my head about train delays, but today wasn't so bad. Anyway, till next time, happy adventuring and happy geocaching.